This is not your typical YouTube growth video. So if you're new here, I'm Amalia Valle. I'm a certified health coach and I'm also a flight attendant. So today I'm going to share my top 3 tips that really helped me grow my YouTube channel to my first 1,000 subscribers. Now, I am by no means a YouTube expert, but I've been told that I did get to my first 1,000 subscribers fairly quickly. So what I'm going to be talking about today is really about treating YouTube as a small business owner. I truly believe that this approach to YouTube is what helped me to grow to my first 1,000 subscribers, and it's how I intend to keep growing moving forward. So the first 2 videos that I ever posted were 4 years ago. And honestly, I really had no intention at the time of starting a YouTube channel. Even then, those were the only 2 videos that I posted up until 1 year ago. So at the time that I posted those 2 videos, I was just teaching yoga and I was flying for the airline, and I wasn't even treating yoga like a business. I just saw it more as I'm a teacher with a calling and I'm sharing this knowledge. And so I posted my first 2 videos because they were subjects that my clients kept asking me about, and it was the pandemic and I was seeing clients online. So I figured, okay, it'll be great to have a video to just point them to on this subject. And I'm an actor, so I'm used to being on camera. So the whole thing just felt like a natural thing to do. So tip number 1 is find a supportive business community and or business mentor. So it really wasn't until a year ago when I got my health coaching certification that I started to take YouTube a little more seriously. And even then, I really wasn't concerned about reaching a certain amount of subscribers. I just looked at it as another way to share information with potential clients. So it was around this time that I started taking the whole science of business a lot more seriously rather than just waiting for clients to find me. And I did take a couple of business classes online, which I did find helpful, but I soon realized that I really needed a mentor or a community because I had so many questions and I had no one to ask. So I started looking into it, what would be a possible community or mentor. And there was a podcast that I had been listening to for years called the Smart Passive Income podcast with Flynn. And I had always listened to it just because I thought, oh, maybe one day I'll be in business for myself. Not realizing that teaching yoga actually is a business. So I was listening to his podcast around that time, and I decided to check out his website to see if maybe he had a little more guidance. And actually, I was excited to see not only did he have his own online business courses, but he also had a whole community around his work. And there was no long-term commitment to join his community. So I submitted an application and I was accepted. So what was really nice is that my dues for the community already included all the courses, all the support I could possibly want. And honestly, when I signed up, I really wasn't sure how long I was going to end up staying in that community. And because there was no long-term commitment, I figured I would just try it for a couple months. But I'm happy to say that 1 year later, I'm still an active part of the community and I found it incredibly, incredibly helpful. Pat himself is also really accessible. He constantly has AMAs and office hours. So it's really been a great resource because I basically always have somewhere where I can ask my questions. Another cool thing is that Pat himself is quite an accomplished YouTuber. So that makes him a great resource on anything YouTube. He already has 2 successful YouTube channels, and he also has a course on how to get started with YouTube and reach your first 1,000 subscribers. And I did take that course and I found it really helpful. So I'll put a link in the description to Pat and his community and his courses if that's something you might be interested in. But either way, I do recommend you find some kind of supportive community and or business mentor because I really think it will amplify your efforts and take them to another level. Tip number 2, learn about the power of publicity and how you can do it for yourself. So publicity could look like many things. You could be a guest on a podcast where you mention your YouTube channel. You could write an article for a magazine that serves your target audience. You could even get a news spot on your local news channel. The possibilities for publicity can be endless if you know how to pitch yourself. So another cool thing that I came across in following Pat's work is that through his podcast, I was introduced to a publicist named Selena. So I immediately got on her mailing list, and then I soon found out that she actually works with a lot of the creators that I already follow, which was really cool. So what's cool about Selena is she's very generous with her knowledge. So obviously if you worked privately with her or her team, that would come at a certain price. But she actually has a ton of free resources that are really valuable. So something that I found really helpful in learning how to pitch myself is Selena's Publicity calendar, which is a free resource. So inside the Publicity calendar, she has 12 months of story ideas and amazing hooks that can help you pitch to the media. And she also gives you her 3 top tips for how to pitch the media in a way that they're likely to respond with a yes. I can't recommend this calendar enough if you're trying to get more buzz for your YouTube channel and maybe just for your small business in general. So once again, that is a free resource that I think is super cool. I will leave a link to that in the description. Tip number 3. This is a super important one that so many people ignore when they're starting in business. I know I did in the beginning. Know your ideal audience. So in all the online business courses I've taken, and there's been quite a few, the biggest takeaway, the one thing that all of them say and emphasize is to know your ideal customer. And now you may be thinking, I have a YouTube channel. I don't have a customer. Totally fine, except you do have a customer. So your audience is actually your customer. So your audience is actually your customer, even if they're not directly paying you. Nowadays, time is a super important commodity. Some would argue time is even more valuable than money. So when people are watching your videos, they are paying you with their time. And not everyone's videos are going to be right for everyone. That's just life. And as one of my business teachers said, if you're trying to appeal to everyone, you end up appealing to no one. So that's why it's incredibly important to get very specific on the type of people that you think would be the best fit for your videos. And that doesn't mean excluding anyone. My channel is specifically targeted towards people who are very busy, but they want to be healthy, but they want it to be easy, and they want it to be fun. So when I was thinking of my ideal customer, I thought about entrepreneurs and creative professionals like performers. Now, does that mean my audience is only entrepreneurs and performers? No, there's so many different types of people. There's stay-at-home moms, there's busy students, there's people who are just interested in health. So it's not excluding anyone, but you have to design your videos and the marketing of your videos to as specific as a person as possible. So you're going to want to interview as many of these types of people that you can find, the types of people that fit your ideal audience. So if it's, say, like me, entrepreneurs and performers, find as many busy entrepreneurs and performers who are interested in your topic and set up a questionnaire and ask them questions to find out their hopes, their dreams, their needs. You can start with people who you already know who fit that profile, and then you can start to widen your net with maybe people you don't know quite as well, maybe people you know just slightly or you've been introduced to. The more people you can interview as possible, the better understanding you will have on how to serve your audience. And that understanding of your audience is what's going to make them want to subscribe to your channel. So those are my 3 top tips for rapid growth on YouTube. Feel free to let me know in the comments if you have any questions about any of this. And if you are interested in health, wellness, and stress management, please do check out my channel, Busy and Healthy, and consider giving it a subscribe. And if you like this video, I truly appreciate it if you give it a like. Thank you so much, guys. Wishing you so much success in your YouTube channels, and I'll see you in the next video.